Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. Thank you for joining me today. This story comes from Derby. We've also got some more London street news because we've got so much news to get through. I think the main story is important as it shows how the police are now using technology in different ways in order to catch criminals. The first story is about the bomb scare at the Into shopping centre in Derby. It was evacuated at 7 p.m. on the 21st of August. Derbyshire newspapers reported that it reopened 8 hours later and enabled customers to collect their vehicles from the car park. The shops in there include a cinema, a Paradise Island Adventure Golf and Hollywood Bowl. The last update from Derbyshire Police on Twitter shortly after midnight said the Into shopping mall in Derby will remain closed overnight after a suspicious package was found. The explosive ordnance disposal team are in attendance and inquiries continue. They told people as well to avoid the area. So as far as we can tell so far, that story is probably just a false alarm, hopefully. But in more news from Derby, on the 5th of August, police released footage from Derby in their crackdown on county lines gangs in the area. Derbyshire Police used a drone while carrying out a raid. This also gave a great insight into seeing how it was done, but also to see how the lengths that people go to get away. Thomas Stones, 25, hurdled over several fences and managed to escape police dogs, but was caught by a police drone. He has been jailed for over 2 years after he was caught with his accomplice Ricky Dunne, who was sentenced to 3 years for possession of drugs. The dramatic raid showed the police storming the property and Thomas jumping from a top floor window while being documented by a drone the whole time. He's from the Matlock area of Derbyshire and he was arrested for intent to supply heroin and cocaine. Derbyshire Police caught the dealers during the raid in the Peak District town in December last year. Officers have been tipped off by local residents about antisocial behaviour and drug dealing from the property. When police gathered at the property, he tried to escape out the back, and the police are very proud of their high-tech bit of kit, as they describe it, that is helping to get criminals. 9 people were arrested at the time of the warrant and 3 were arrested for drug offences as well as Dunne and Stone. Joseph Heapy, 18 from Derbyshire and Tracy Marriott, 47 from Matlock, was sentenced at Derby Crown Court on July the 28th this year. Heapy was given a community order of 18 months and ordered to complete 180 hours of unpaid work. The inspector in charge of the case, John Troop, said, "We are committed to targeting the supply and misuse of drugs within the community." These sentences reflect the hard work and thorough investigations carried out by officers who worked in partnership with local communities to achieve this outcome. Drug dealing is a serious offence and we rely on the help from the community in order to tackle it. So I thought this is a very interesting story for the subscribers to check out, and I'd love to hear what people's opinions are on this story and also the sentence as well. And I hope these guys sort their lives out when they do come out of prison. In this next story, we're going down south to London. Police are investigating an armed robbery after a man was caught on CCTV robbing from a shop at 10 to 6 in the morning. The man, believed to be aged in his 40s, entered the shop on Plumstead Common and he grabbed items from the shelves and went to leave without paying. When he was confronted, the man pulled a handgun from his belt and pointed it at the victim after walking out of the shop, and he kept the gun raised, as you can see on the CCTV, as clear as day. He made off down the road and the victim was uninjured in the attack. The police said this was a terrifying ordeal and no arrests have been made in this case. So who knows if that gun was real or if he was just trying to intimidate somebody. He could potentially get himself 8 years in prison or longer for a few cans of beer. And another story from the Plumstead area. A man in his early 20s is fighting for his life after being stabbed in the face. This comes just 12 hours after the Brixton stabbing. Plumstead is in Walworth in South London. Police were called to reports of a man with stab wounds and injuries to his face on East Street in South London at 5:30 last night. Officers attended and found a man believed to be aged in his early 20s with serious injuries. He was taken to hospital and remains in a critical condition. No arrests have been made and inquiries are ongoing. A Section 60 order is in effect in the Walworth area. It was only the day before that a man was knifed to death after being chased through a council estate in South London in Angeltown. The man in his 20s was stabbed to death on Thursday as youths armed with swords and machetes fought on the housing estate in the Stockwell area of Brixton. A mother described seeing the victim lying in the road naked and asking for a blanket before he was taken away. Witnesses claim a further 6 people were hurt in the chaos in South London when a car speeding away from the scene overturned. We initially broke that information as well. This is the papers now starting to say that. But what's really strange and really weird is that the police are actually denying it. The police are not acknowledging that 6 people were ran over in this actual incident. So these are several stabbings in several hours across the area, and I know there's been other incidents that I'm going to be covering today as well. So I've definitely got some more news on the way, so please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back again very soon with some more news. Peace.